Okay, welcome to today's video, how you can build a Canvas application which is related to your Business Central data. So, when we start building the Canvas application which is related to the Business Central data, the only thing which we have to think about is the connector and the tables which we want really to expose. You have multiple ways how to pre-build connector or how to use it, but the easiest way is to basically start with the application and then to just select the tables and what do you need. What is important to think about and to know before you're starting is that the Business Central connector is not like basically the same like we have the one related to the Dataverse. In a Dataverse level, when you start building Canvas application, you have all the tables exposed and all functionalities. In a Business Central, we have a little bit cutted list. We do not have access to the full Business Central, but if you need any external or bigger access, there are multiple ways how you can work with that. So you have data synchronization in between Dataverse and the Business Central, you have virtual tables, or you have standard connectors. If you need something more out of the standard things, there is always possibility that you can build custom API, which are basically not too complex, but this still requires the development. And then you can, with custom APIs, expose the most of the tables or almost the everything from the BC. But if we are talking to standard, let me show you how easy you can access to the tables. Basically, we are going to build some really easy application with a couple of exposed tables and some functions, but the reality here is how you can easily connect to your Business Central data while you're building it through Canvas application. So let's start and let's log into the Power Apps and let's choose to create one blank Canvas app. So let's start with a blank canvas. So go to create, go to start with blank canvas, and let's select the size which we want. So you have the tablet and phone size which are there for many years, and this is standard and option. But you have responsive, which you will get some of the UI immediately, and you will be responsive to the size of the table, which the size of the screen which you need. But for this use case, it's generally not so important to us how we will present the application. The reality is how we really want to expose the data. So let's select the font size, and from there, let's start building something what we need. So basically what we're going to need, we will create some easy application with exposure of customer, vendors and contacts, where we will have some home screen and the possibility to navigate in between those screens and to create new values inside of the BC for all three of them. So when we start, the first thing which you're going to see is that we are going to have one screen and the blank canvas where we can start building our application. So first of all, let's rename screen 1 and call it home. And let's build the new screens and let's add it like couple of empty screens. So this one could be contacts. Then let's add one extra which we can call customers, and let's one more which we can call vendors. So from here basically we have some structure, basic structure of the application. If we go to home, let's start with adding some of the stuff. So first of all, we would need one button. So this is going to be basically navigation of our app. So let's just put the button here and just do copy paste. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and one more time to have the three buttons. And now let's rename. Let's go to the text and let's call this contacts. Let's call another one. Okay, I missed. I matched the wrong one. customers, vendors, and contacts. Of course, let's add something more to have like nicer design, and from here let's add, well, we can add one text label. Nice to have it like here up on the screen. We can extend it, and let's work a little bit with the color. Let's match the color, and let's see, the text is in a black color, so let's change the text color. So here it is, and let's move it to white one. And now we can call this screen, here you have, home. And from here, what you can do, and you can see easily that this is really easy to navigate, you can just mark it. Let's do Ctrl C again, or you can do the right click and just click copy, and let's navigate us to the contacts page. From here, we'll do just Ctrl V, and let's just say that this is not home, this is now contacts. Contacts. And from here, let's add one button or one icon, which is, you can search home. Let's add it like here, home button, and let's just put it here in the top right corner. Again, we are really building one easy application, and you have here, you can see, you can change it always. So basically we are not going to do some of this stuff. Let's move it to the white color, and now let's just connect all of these. And first, instead, let's mark only contact, and let's do some of the actions. So we will do on select, just search on select, and now you will see that in expression is false. We will say navigate, and then open bracket, and let's navigate to home, and let's close the bracket. And now you can see here that we have one button and we have the ribbon. And now let's mark all together. Let's do just copy and go to the customers, paste here, and let's go to the vendors, paste here. So basically what we are getting, we have again to do some small customizations. This is the easiest way, so there is always multiple more complex way how you can manage with the UI, but this is basically the easy way, because again we are going to focus a bit more on the data. So for here, let's rename it to customers, and for the vendors, let's do one more vendors. So we have some basic navigation. Now what we want to do is to make these buttons to be navigatable to the exact page where we need it. So from the contacts button, we want to be navigated to the contacts page. So again, go to the onSelect function and say navigate, open bracket, and this one is going to be navigating to the contacts, close bracket. The customers, the same thing, navigate, open bracket to customers, close bracket. And for the vendors, it is going to be navigate to vendors, close bracket. And now let's play just to see if this application is working. So we have here play button, and if we click on a contacts, we are on the contacts. We have home, customers, vendors are directly navigating to the vendors. And now let's click on contacts, and let's exit our view, and let's start adding some data. So from here on, let's add one gallery. So we will add one vertical gallery, like here. Select it from the insert. Let's put it a little bit down. Let's manage it till the end. And now what we really need. We need the data. So from here, let's search Business Central. And now you're seeing here that this is Business Central connector. You will see that we have two of them. So one it is the green one and one is white one. Use the green one because the white one is for on-premise. For the on-premise connectors, it's a bit different. You have to do some more setup to just connect to your on-premise database. But for the BC Cloud or standard connector, it is just on a couple of clicks. So now we have a couple of companies. So we will select, for example, the first one. And hopefully that this is the right one where we have the data. And now when we are here, let's select our company. So I will select the Production Cronus USA Inc. because this is the demo environment and CDX tenant, and I have all of the trials for this. So I really can connect always to the production. And now let's search what we need. We want to have contacts. Here it is. We want to have customers. Here it is. We want to have vendors. Here they are. And now let's just connect to these three tables. Now again, when we click to the data, you will see that we have exposed. You can go here and you can see that we successfully have exposed our contacts from the Business Central application. But if we go again to the plane, you can see that we have only that. We do not have possibility to access any of them. And if we go exit, you will see that we have pictures, but in reality we are not transferring. Connector is not showing the picture, so it is bit stupid to have this value with a picture. So what I'm going to do, I will just mark the gallery, and in a layout I will select title, subtitle and body. And now we have the name, we have the we have some more values, and from here let's select the fields and what we have. In a body one we have the display name, which is fine, but in subtitle 2 let's add the email. It is much more useful. And for the title 3 we can maybe add job title. Let's see if we have that value, but we don't. Let's select maybe the number of our value. So we will have to do it a little bit vice versa. So here, and this one is going to be the display name, like this one. So from here on, we will have to do really similar thing to the rest of the trees. So what we are going to do is now we are going to the customers. We are inserting the vertical gallery. And when we have inserted, this is customers, we are going to select customers, and we are going basically to do the same thing. So we are going to extend it, we are going to change it a little bit to the title, subtitle and body. In the fields, we are going to change the body is going to be email, this one will be the number, and here it is the display name, so we are fine with that one. And let's do the same thing for the vendors. So vertical gallery again, and now we are connecting to the vendors, and just let's do exactly the same things like we did it previously. So let's extend it, and now let's again select this one. Now let's change it to this one is going to be the display name, this one is going to be the email, and this one is going to be the number. So pretty fine. We have one application with some valuable data about contacts, customers, and vendors. And from here on, what we can do now is we can focus really how we can see this data and how we can maybe edit or create the new ones. So for the creating of new one, what we are going to add is one extra page. So let's say new screen, and this one is going to be again blank screen. But what I'm going to do, I will drag and drop it here to be immediately under the customer and contacts, and I will say rename this one to contacts underline new. And now let's do some of the stuff from here. So let's mark all from the header, contacts new. We again need this one, but we will change a little bit here. Now it's going to be contacts. We are going to call it new contact. New and just contact. And from the new contact, what we need is we need a bit more buttons. So let's add back. So it is going to be back arrow. And the back arrow, of course, we want to move it in white color. Let's put it next to home. And we need one for, let's go to icons and let's see the one. Okay, we can do the check one. So the check is going to be when we have created the new one. And let's just change this one to white color. And what we are going to do, let's navigate first one of these. Navigate, open brackets, and what we can do easily, we can just navigate it to the contacts, which is going to be static because it is going always to go back to the contacts. And for this one, we will work a little bit later. So now let's insert, and we want to insert the edit form. This is going to be for the contacts. So you're seeing again that we're only collecting the values from the BC. By clicking, we have almost everything immediately exposed. And you can see here that we are getting all of our valuable informations right immediately available. Let's just mark the full form, and let's put it a little bit down to have it like this, nicely marked. And now what we are gonna do, let's play. Okay, one thing I am missing, we have to make this, you can see default mode, it's going to be new one. So when we click here, you can see that we have some of the valuable fields, and what we are missing is the button when we are finished with adding. So what we are going to say, we are seeing here that this form, full form, is named form 1. So we are going to select this check, and we will say submit form 1, and let's close the bracket. And now when we click on this button, he will be submitting this form. And let's just play, let's click on a back. So we have contacts, we have possibility to go here, but when we are in contacts, we cannot create a new one. So we have to add one new button. So now let's go to insert and let's add the add button or the add icon. So let's keep it here. And this one will be again change color to white. And let's say navigate, open bracket, to contacts new. And let's close this bracket. So now what is going to happen? When we click plus, we are going to be navigated here. When we go home, it's home, plus we are here. So now what we can also add is the possibility to enter to these values. So when we go here, when we click on this button, we want to go to screen to see the more details about this contact. So basically, again, what we are going to need is one new screen. And for that new screen, let's just add it. So I can collapse some of these screens because I don't need them now. So what I'm going to do, I will add new blank screen. And I will call this screen, it's renamed, so it is going to be contact view. So in a contact view, maybe we can add again some of these functionalities, and we can probably go to the contact new and add some of these which we have here, because basically they are the same and they are really good for us. So we are not going to call it new contact, we are going to say view contact. And let's play just to see if the buttons are working correctly. So here it is right one, and the home we know already that it is working. So now when we go to the contact view, what we need is the form, but we are going to use display form. And this is going to be for the contacts. But now let me just move this a little bit down to nicely arrange it like this. And now we are going to say, so now when we have the contact view, we have gallery, we have form, and now let's click here on a button for the next page, but just on the first row. If you click on any other, you will just mark whole gallery. And you have on select, and it is said select parent. Just add space and add end in between. And what we are going to say, navigate, again, open bracket, to contacts view. And from here on, close bracket, we will be navigating. So let's click, for example, from Fabricam incorporate to the new screen. But now you see here that we do not have any value. What you have to do is to navigate to items and say gallery 1, because the gallery 1 is from the contacts, and say only selected. And let's check how it is working. So we have display name, email, all the details. Let's go to the back. Let's select, for example, even. Let's select not publisher. So all of them are here. And we have possibility now to really navigate in between, to click to create the new one, to go to home, and for example to go to customer and vendors. What is interesting here is that we have possibility now to extend this application and to do the exactly same to customer and vendors. But the logic is exactly the same. So basically just follow the steps and just mark it to the right place, and you will have possibility to connect to the rest of the stuff. What is important, again, as I'm going back and to only important thing here, is the possibility to be connected to the data set. And as you have seen, we have connected to the Business Central data. But you remember that we have exposed a lot of connectors. So you have possibility really to select to any of these tables, and you can easily manage around and build some fast of these applications. For example, for items, to list sales orders, purchase orders, to list almost anything what you're imagining, and then to basically easily navigate with couple of navigations, couple of button clicks to organize it and to navigate it across the different tables and places inside of the Canvas app to make it phone or tablet application or application for Microsoft Teams, and easily to be directly connected, so without any middleware, without Dataverse, SharePoint or anything, but really straightforward, only directly connected to your Business Central data. And whenever you type in something, check something, edit something, it will be targeting directly Business Central. So this is only relying on the Business Central dataset, nothing in between. So basically now, when you have seen the possibility how to connect application fastly to the Business Central and how easily you can add couple of galleries, forms, and to create new or to see old records, you can now start and potentially start building the more complex application with the more functionalities. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one where we are going to build again some power-ups, but this time we are going to focus to the model driven and to the Dataverse. So thank you very much and see you in the next video.